G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game. We are here on Himiyama to watch two of the world's best players go at it. Of course, this is going to be your last ranked game or last game for 2024. Happy New Year as we go around the world. You can already hear the Abbasid getting into it nice and early. Of course, I'm recording this a little bit before New Year's. We've got about 8 hours to go. Look, we'll be ringing in the bells together. Anyway, let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen. Spawning in over on the east side of the map in the color blue, playing as the Byzantines, representing Team Elephant. It's Louis MT. And on the west side of the map, in the color purple, playing as the Abbasid dynasty, it's Kiljardi. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a casted game. A pleasure to have your company on this New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, wherever you may be in the world. The moment this video goes live, it will be New Year's Eve. Sorry, it'll be New Year's for me. It actually goes live at 12 a.m. So we'll be ringing in the new year down here, 2025. A little bit of a recap on the year. So predictions for 2025 as well. We didn't see aliens this year. That kind of sucks. I know you guys are always big fans of the aliens. I'm always looking forward to it and hoping that, you know, maybe tomorrow will be the day that I wake up and there's news. Hey, you know, there's an alien invasion. You don't have to go to work on Monday. I think that's what all the comments online that I read are in that vein. It's like, hey, aliens are here, guys. We don't have to go to work on Monday. It's fine. Oh gosh, no, I'm sure there's more to life than that, right? Anyway. Well, let's talk a little bit about this matchup and about what we can expect today. So I'm expecting big action from our Byzantines. Louis MT here. Probably going to be quite aggressive throughout this game. The Byzantines notorious for it. But more importantly, I want to see if either of these players look to play into professional scouts. We've got plenty of deer on this map for large hunts for you. So I would expect that they'd at the very least look to try and maybe we get one player. But one thing to note is that we do already have this early dock coming out from Kiljardi. Keep Your Money is playing the Abbasid dynasty, so you do get those cheaper docks. But we did see him open up on wood as well. So he took a little bit off the second tree as well. Grand Winery now going to be coming up for Louis MT. So very quick age up here, 225. He drops down the Byzantine age up. On the side of Kiljardi, we can see he's still got quite a way to go. But remember that it might not look like he's got a lot of food in the bank, but that will start to pile up very quickly as he gets closer to that age up. But now we can see it's pretty much it. He should be aging up, what, about 20, 30 seconds behind his opponent. So realistically, not a huge delay by just going for a couple of fishing boats in the center. And we can see he's only gone for the 2 at the moment. But, I mean, what else can we talk about 2024? Obviously, there was a lot of politics in 2024. I don't want to get too deep into that because I appreciate a lot of you guys will probably, you know, view Age of Empires content to get away from that, to escape from that. Anyway, what else was there? Nothing too crazy. For me, it's just the aliens. That's the big one. It's we've had a lot of drones off. I say we've, like I live in New Jersey. I mean, as a global community, as a global UFO community, we've had a lot of drones off the coast of New Jersey, and it's been fun watching that develop. Oh gosh, I swear, like 9 out of the 10 videos or photos that I open up where someone's like, look at these lights. It's like, bro, that's literally just a plane. Stop it, man. Oh gosh. All right, well, maybe 2025 will be the year of the year of the alien. I feel like it's becoming more and more imminent, but who knows? It's I'm a big fan. As you guys obviously know, I'm a big fan of aliens. I look forward to the day that we get to meet somebody other than the humans. But age up now coming through on the south side. It's going to be the Cistern for Louis that's coming up here. Second one for him. Throws down the mercenary house straight away. Which direction is he going to look to go in this matchup up against the Abbasid dynasty? I guess realistically you'd say probably the longbows are going to give you value. I mean, javelin throw is also going to give you decent value. I'd be very surprised if he went into Keshiks early on, just because of the propensity to have camels. But military wing coming out for him. Does he actually spot that out on the side? He hasn't actually scouted out the base yet, Louis MT. So he doesn't know exactly what Kiljardi's going to be throwing down, but we do see eco upgrades are on the way for Louis MT. And interestingly, moving into horticulture. I guess as the Byzantines, it's a little bit counterintuitive to go into something like professional scouts because you do want to look to rely on berries a bit more. And I guess you could make that same argument coming out for the Abbasid dynasty, but we now start to see 4 military units making their way across the map for Kiljardi. No second town center clicked on just yet. Obviously, no stone gathered up. Archery range going to be coming down for him early on. What has he spotted out? He's definitely done the ring around the base and knows exactly what the plan is. Rack's going to be coming through. It's going to be the interesting decision, a rack. So he opens with the racks. Lament and I now going to be coming out. But, I mean, 2024, let's talk about the year of Age of Empires. What did we see? We saw quite a bit of tournaments that were coming through. Unfortunately, we didn't see any DLC or any expansion pack. And I think for me, that was a little bit heartbreaking. You know, I was very much looking forward to some new civs, some new flavors. They're always really good fun to get your hands on. They kind of, for me, it's exciting for months, right? Like, if there's a new civilization, oh, look at that outpost. Beautiful positioning here. If I've got a new civilization, like, that's going to keep me busy for probably 2 to 3 months. I feel like there's a lot of replayability in that. So for there to be no DLC this year, it is a little bit heartbreaking, I will say that much, as an Age of Empires 4 fan. But I'm positive for this year. Maybe this will be the year that, or 2025 will be the year that we get that big DLC. You know, the one that I've been thinking about. This is what my guess is for the DLC, okay? We're going to get 4 variant civilizations. So you'll get an English variant, a Mongol variant, a Delhi variant, and a Rus variant. The same way that we've already got it for the Holy Roman Empire, the Abbasid, and the French, and the Chinese. So they're kind of like the base civs. And then I think we'll get... I would hope that we get 2 brand new civilizations, and we don't know exactly where they're going to be, but they're probably going to be themed. The ideas I've thrown around have been like Portugal, Spain, Korea and Khmer, or Korea and like Vietnam, or some other Asian civilization, and then or like a Meso civilization, like the Haudenosaunee and the Lakota, something like that. But you can already see, look at this aggression coming out from Kiljadi, looking to shut down this scout. Louis MT on the defensive. At this stage in the game, doesn't have the mercenary house up. There it is. It's finally coming up here. So that would be my expectation. So that we would see an expansion coming out next year at some point, that we'd have 6 civs, 6 playable civs. I mean, 2 really new civs, but essentially 4 civilizations. That would be, essentially 2 new civs and then the 4 variants. That's what I would expect. And I'd be disappointed if it was less than that, because that's the thing, right? Like, now that the devs have put forward after that last expansion, I feel like you can't really, you know, if you only gave us 2 civs and no variants, I'd be like, kind of lacking here, guys. What's going on? And then I guess for like the expansion after that, I think this is the cool thing about it, is as they add more civs, they can also add variants for those earlier civs. So like in the expansion after that, I would expect to see a variant for the Malians, and a variant for the Ottomans, a variant for the Byzantines, a variant for the Japanese. You know, the devs have got a lot of work. That's what that's the point I'm trying to make here. Not really. They got a lot of money to make. They got a lot of DLCs to sell. Take a look at this, though. Kiljadi continuing to put on the pressure. So much aggression coming out from him. He is a notoriously aggressive player, and I think one base, Abbasid in particular, is quite potent. The fact that we see him open up with that military wing early means he can just kind of go into the stable, uncontested archery range, followed it up with, and well, it was technically the archery range first, and then the stable, but we can see the archer numbers starting to look really good here. No boot camp just yet. You can see he's still got it ready to go at the moment, but with the do we have a blacksmith coming in just yet? No blacksmith coming in for Kiljadi. For the side of Louis MT, we do spot it on the body. He's going to pick up +1 ranged armor and +1 ranged attack, which is pretty standard, pretty default. What option did he go? He did go into the javelin throwers. Okay, so this makes the most sense in this situation. Though you could argue longbows kind of make a little bit more sense, because especially when you've got higher berry numbers around the base, and he's got back berries like this, you can justify going into the longbows, because it means what happens with the javelins is, as you get more and more javelins, they become less and less efficient because of the way their projectile works. It's a very slow projectile. So you'd have to have very good micro to be able to make a lot of javelins work. The alternative is that you just don't get a lot of javelins. Or if you just have a lot of javelins, you just micro very well. But for this stage of the game, the infantry numbers continue to build for Kiljadi. So many units on this battlefield right now. It's kind of crazy. There's the blacksmith behind the scenes. Boot camp going to be coming through as well for Kiljadi. But yeah, I think in addition to, like, I'm trying to think of what I would like for an expansion, I think the biggest thing is, like, I just love, like, caster mode to get a little bit of a refresh as the age up comes through. And when I say refresh, I just mean, like, fix the bugs. Like, I can't see the Rus bounty. I can see the Byzantine olive oil, so that's nice. But, like, if if this was an Ayyubid player rather than an Abbasid player, like being able to see the Ayyubid age up, because you can't see the Ayyubids aging up, dude. Oh gosh, there's like a lot of little things that just need fixing, and those are the nice things. But then other than that, like maybe some big features would also be pretty cool. It'd be great to have some new features added into the game. I'd love a new rank added above Conqueror 3, kind of like Grandmaster, where I don't know how many of you guys have like played StarCraft or seen it, but basically once you get to like the very top rank, you then get a number within that rank. And then from there, you can work your way up. And I know that's only like a small portion of the base, but it does give a lot of incentive to those top guys to keep playing and to keep grinding. And that naturally trickles down into more content for guys like us that get to keep you fellas entertained with their gameplay. So, you know, if they're playing more, then we get to see more high quality games. And I guess that's the kind of idea, or the front I come from. But Louis MT now with the age up, going for the Golden Horn Tower. We've seen a little bit of a shift in the Byzantines in the most recent season, or even in the last season, actually. We did see the Cataphract play, making some waves. Of course, Jigglypuff, going to be the pioneer of that one. But for the moment, though, it looks like Louis MT is just going to be playing some standard Byzantines now, moving into the Varangian Guard and adding in another Rax. So this is going to be his second Rax here. He's obviously got the Mercenary House upgrade on the way through here for the Veterancy contract. Now those Javelin throwers going to get that upgrade into Veterancy. Battering Ram on the way. Numbers are looking good here for Kiljardi. Keep in mind he is still in the feudal age. Javelin throwers tee off. Now keep in mind the Javelin throwers got 11 damage with 8 damage bonus against ranged units. So it really means that you know, when he's focusing down these back archers, he is overkilling them by a mile. So he's going to have to try his best to try and split with that. But now Lametanai getting chased away here. Might actually have to pop the Akritoy defenses on that system. Let's see if he remembers to do it. Does look like he does, so a little bit of increase in armor on the defense. Javelin throwers still working down these archers. As long as the Lametanai are able to get decent shots off on the horsemen, he should be okay. Outpost still going to be able to hold. He is losing Vils, though. The first one has fallen. Second one doesn't go down. Still only lost the one for the moment. Varangian Guard now going to be looking to try and hold. As the Vils continue, he pops and shuffles them in and out and dodges, dips, dives, ducks, dies, unfortunately. But it's a little bit different to diving. He's probably going to lose a third one here. And Javelins continue to work it down. And what a defense coming out from Louis MT. The beautiful Byzantine defense. And, I mean, that's just the power of the Javelin throwers. You got to remember at the end, right? You can't really kill the Javelin throwers. It's just that they're kind of like a bastion. They just stand strong and tall, and you can't take them out, but you just got to kind of ignore them, I guess, in that situation. That's what he did. I will say right now that Kiljardi, so for anyone who's unfamiliar with these players, Louis MT on the ladder currently ranked number 3. Kiljardi ranked number 8. But I feel like Kiljardi definitely didn't get the value that a rank number 8 should have got from that attack. Ideally, what we should have seen is those archers make a lot more waves inside the base here, and he should have been picking off each of these wood-gathering villages and, you know, on rotation, essentially. He should have picked up 12, 13 villager kills. He walks away with 2. And keep in mind, there's no textile upgrade here, which means that these vills are very, very... They're skinny little villages, only 50 health on each of them. But the age up now going to be coming through as well for Kiljardi, so he's going to be able to fall back on that age up. But keep in mind, the Varangian guards are starting to knock at his door. First one here for Louis MT. Second one as well coming through. He's going to try and chase away these archers. +2 ranged armor is already through, so he's going to be barely scratched by these archers here with their 6 damage. Underneath the town center, though, that will be able to handle it for the moment. Meanwhile, Scout in the back of the base is going to get spotted by the Javelin Thrower, forced away. Plenty more units moving up for Louis MT, and Kiljardi could be in trouble. 6 Lancers in queue now. 1, 2, 3 stables, all thrown down on the backside. 4th one on the front here as well. Archer's going to be trying their best to hold. Now, keep in mind, Javelin Thrower and Varangian Guards both going to get countered by those Lancers, so a very smart move here. If he moves into meta-arms or Gulams or you know, a melee unit like that, he's going to get kited by the Javelin Throwers. But the stable units, not going to be doing that much. Well, he's not going to be able to really kite that much. Of course, you can still kite a little bit, but he is now going to look to try and turn, hold these units, wants to avoid losing vills as they migrate towards the north. The Cav's going to come out. 4 Lancers should be enough. 7 Lametanai on the field at the moment, but where are they? They're definitely not here, and that's going to be trouble for Louis MT as the Varangian Guard front line gets melted by these Lancers, and now This is where these javelin throwers can excel in this position, because they still do decent damage against these lancers. But keep in mind that extra armor that they've got. They've got 5 armor on their backsides. Should keep them alive a little bit longer against these units. You can see the Varangian Guard making their way to the front. Where are those Lamentii? They're going to be down here on the south. Indeed, they are. Veterancies come through for them, so they should be able to stand the test of time here as more Lancers make their way out now for Kiljardi. And it is definitely a swing that we're starting to see. You know, we've seen a swing in both ways there. It started off big with Kiljardi, a lot of units, and now he's cleaned up Louis MT's army. And now we can feel the swing is going to be in favor of Kiljardi as long as he looks to put the pressure on towards the Byzantine base. That's going to be key here for him. He needs to find villages and take them out, because he had an opportunity earlier to hit a lot of villages and he missed that opportunity. Will he be able to find it now? There are villages that are out on this map that are nice and behind him. He sees these villages. He's got the scout at the back of the base. As long as he doesn't lose that scout, and will potentially see this and look to send just even 2 Lancers around. Ideally, you've got 4 out, 5 out, 6 out. 3 groups of 2. 2 down here, 2 over here, 2 to the front. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Archer numbers now going to start building here for Kiljardi. Keep in mind, he is in the castle age. Gives him access to composite bows, so he could look to play into that. Of course, composite bows, very strong. Gives you some of the strongest archers in the game. And now the Lamentii will spot out these Lancers on the south side. If these guys do run into any villages, it's going to be quick pickings for them. Meanwhile, another Lancer moving up towards the top side. We haven't spoken much about relics, but Louis MT's actually picked up all 5 of the relics and now looking to take the first of the sacred sites. Incredible work by him. I don't even think we paid a little bit of attention to it. You know, relics weren't really up for discussion. He's got 3 relics inside the Grand Winery. 2 relics are currently being held in hand somewhere as the monastery gets put down. Probably another one on the way back somewhere on this map at the moment. There we go. We managed to find it. And now Archer and Lancer number. So this is a really difficult spot for Louis MT, or for Kiljardi. I would hope at this stage of the game, we would see him put down a second TC. I think putting down a second town center here is going to be really important. And you can see he's gone into the eco wing. So second TC, throwing down a keep, maybe looking to play a little bit of a long game here could make sense. But it's going to be trouble up against the Byzantines. The Byzantines are in a great spot, known for their power in that late castle age. Once these Lamentii start getting the roll on, with all of these javelin throwers in the back, it can be difficult to deal with. Kiljardi now with the battering ram, looking to potentially challenge this outpost in the center. And speaking of challenge right now, I'm going to try and open this water bottle. It's always a bit of a challenge. I'm sure you heard it ring-a-ding-dinging right there. Give me a sec as I take a drink of my water. Now that is a good water. You know, it's one of the things I always talk about. A drink tier list. Maybe that's on the cards for 2025, but water's got to be an S tier. It's probably even got its own tier. You know how some things are so strong that they sit in their own tier above the tier list? That's probably water. But it's only like cold water. Water with ice. Because the water I'm drinking at the moment, it's not cold, doesn't have ice in it. Probably like a B tier water. And if I'm honest, it's been sitting there for a couple days. So it's probably even below a B tier water. We could have a tier list for water. Different types of water. Dirty water, that's your D tier water. It's water from a third world country. Oh man, I tell you what. Not having to boil that water. Anyway, speaking of boiling, have a look at this. We're heating up as Kiljardi tries to bait these Lamentii forward with the Lancers. There's just so many Lamentii here. That's the trouble, right? They're not going to be able to survive the archers to be able to take down all the Lamentii. But now, Knights or Lancers running through on that top side, getting beautiful connections here. Louis MT not paying attention. All the javelins have gone down. This is still enough javelins to one-shot the veteran archers, and that's what you want. He manages to pull a couple of them back. Lamentii, you can see just how well they're doing up against these archers. Barely, they're not even getting one shot at this stage of the game. Incredible how tanky these units are. Meanwhile, towards the north side, a couple more Lamentii looking to put some pressure on the outpost. Vils gathering up slowly and steadily, but Louis MT with the pedal to the metal. And you could just see the power that he's got right now. And this is really it, right? I see this as a hugely defensive combo. The Javelin Thrower has got 6 ranged armor, and it's a ranged unit, right? So it does incredibly well against archers. On top of that, you've got the Lamentii with its shield wall ability, which reduces the damage that you're taking. So not only do you have that 2 armor, but you've got that reduction of damage on top of that. So it's like this incredible combination that you've got that is just unable to die, and that's where you see this difference really starting to come out. The javelin throwers just slowly eking away at the archer numbers. Lametanai not dying at all, which means that the lancers are never really able to touch the javelin throwers. And now, towards that top side, a retreat comes through. A couple more lancers get spotted out, and as we alluded to earlier, he needed to find Vil kills, but the walls have come up now, and Kiljadi's been locked out of heaven. Louis continues to spam out more infantry. Let's check in with those resource counts, see how they're doing. Vil count is even Steven, 62-62. Relic count, 5 in favor of Louis, 2 sacred sites. Definitely should have the economic lead. Let's take a quick look. 950, 960, 450, so call it 1400. Call it 2050 for Kiljadi, and Louis MT, 1200, 1300, 1700, 2050. Oh, look at that. He's sitting at the 3K plus when you throw... I was looking up here. I'm like, yeah, he's kind of close. 2.4, 2.5K. And then I saw this. I'm like, oh, my Lord, that's like 3.1K. He's got a lot of olive oil coming through right now. He must have a huge... Oh, wow. Look at the size of that. Dude, when these olive groves kick in, this is so difficult to deal with. How many mercenary houses does he have? Has he just got the one, and is he just pumping from that? Or is he added in the second one? Hasn't added in the second one just yet, but when you've got this kind of number, it's crazy the effectiveness you can have. And now 21 minutes into the game, underneath the town center, a couple camels out here on the defense. Look at this, he's using my technology against me. Archers, all but gone here. Lancer numbers the only thing that remain, but he's got 14 of them. 14 Lancers, 18 Lametanai, and not a lot of them on the field right now. If we have a look here, he's only got 7 of them in this group, and once again, we see a swing in favor of the Abbasid player, Kiljadi, holding on for dear life underneath the town center. Vil count still relatively decent, 64 versus 66. Didn't lose a huge amount. Now those Lametanai look to back it up, but he's got archers to help out, picks off a couple more. The charge continues. He falls back once again and balances slowly, ever so slowly, but you can feel it inching away from him. We know the reality here is that with those relics in his possession, with that olive grove just going ham, this olive grove economy is absolutely insane. When, as I said, like I was looking at this resource count, I'm like, yeah, this is fine. And then I saw the olive groves, I'm like, oh no, that is not fine. And I guess that's just the reality of the Byzantines, right? They've got slightly cheaper... I take it back. They've got olive groves. It's been a while since I've played the Byzantines. Compared to the Abbasid with their slightly cheaper farms. There we go. They also, I guess they've got agriculture going for them as well. So you would expect that over the course of the game, they would have more food than the Byzantines, but the olive groves are going to be kicking in that olive oil. And that's the real difference. Lancer numbers now continue to build. He's up to 16 Lancers. 21, 22 archers here. And plenty of infantry down towards this outpost. Fortification was coming through. Not going to be in time. Looking to try and escape. There's a bit of a quick wall coming up now. Manages to make his way through just in time. Squeezes out. Which is a couple on the way, but look at the javelin thrower numbers. See, when you see this many javelins, you can't help but start thinking, maybe I should be going for a mangonel. Maybe I should make a mangonel. And look, if there's any civ that can do it right now, it's the Abbasid. The problem is your Castle Age. And the Castle Age mangonel is just a bit of a, do you really want to invest that many resources into this unit? I don't think so. I mean, at this point, it's the only thing that can really sway it. The alternative is that you go into Horseman, and we do see he's made his first Horseman. Second TC has finally come down as well, but with that first Horseman coming, I can't help but feel like it's going to be too little too late. We're 23 minutes into this game right now, and this is coming to a head because Louis MT's numbers are big. He's chasing away. He's completely walled in. He's blocked him in. He's got him on the other side. He says, you're going to fight me whether you like it or not. Walled in completely, surrounded. On one side, walls and mangonel emplacements. On the other side, javelin throwers and Lametanai. And now with the age up coming through for Louis MT, the foreign engineering company, in the backside of the base. Where is it? Down to the south? It's somewhere. You can see him just there. It is. He's just chasing away the remnants of that army. Impossible for those Lancers to engage. They want to so badly, but there's plenty of Lametanai here. And you can see that Louis MT just running this classic composition. This is something that the Malians have done with success for a long time. Just Javelin Thrower and Donzo on their side. Here we've got the Javelin Thrower and Lametanai. Arguably a better composition, to be honest. It is it's a much stronger comp. But, I mean, they got a couple of unique comps they can run. They can also run the Longbow Lametanai comp or the Keshik Lametanai comp if you want to. And now Kiljardi's going to have to fall back for that Mango. It's the only way that you can possibly see yourself getting back into this game. It's got to be a Hail Mary. There's no other way. Elite upgrades on the way. What do we got? Oh, gosh, excuse me. I think I might have the hiccups. I don't know if I have the hiccups. Do you guys get the hiccups if you eat a chili that's too hot? It's not the hiccups, but I just kind of like I make that little hiccup sound, but it's not like, I feel like a hiccup is defined by its repetitive nature of uncontrollable hiccup, whereas like for me, it's just, it happens a couple times. It's not repetitive. I mean, if it happens twice, is that repetitive? Maybe. Mangonel moving in. Upgrade on the way. There's the elite contract. All the javelin throwers now upgraded. Mangonel defending in the pocket. Hold on, Mango. Hold on right now. Fires off on that backline, but you can see he's doing so little damage. The splits come through for Louis MT here as well. And now the Lancers underneath the town center managed to take out the majority of the Lametanai, but more of them round the top. Mangonel still firing, but the splits are good. He only hits a triple underneath the town center. Still 12 vills inside. 84 versus 78 economy. Starting to increase and improve, but he's got to deal with the trouble at home. Triple times the military of his enemy, and the javelin throwers are working down these units slowly but steadily. The Mangonel getting taken out. You can see just how difficult it is. It stands strong, but in the end, it will go down. And with that, the hopes of Kiljardi holding vanish quickly to zero. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't help but feel G's are going to be typed any second here. Or is Kiljardi? No, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we ring this one in with a Happy New Year. Happy 2025 to you all. Hopefully, it'll be a little bit more positive than 2024 for you, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you go check these two out. I'll leave links in the description, and I'll catch you in the next one.